To be honest, I think to put it into perspective, I spent most of Michaela and my other two kids' school career hoping that Kfar would magically go away. From nursery school, I just wanted it to disappear.
The year is 2012 and Leora Fox wants to go on Kfar. To be 100% honest, we were praying, we were hoping that Kfar would disappear.
I was one of the skeptical parents about Kfar, and I think that I was one of the difficult parents to please because I had so many issues that I thought I had around Kfar.
And at the beginning of 2016, I spent a lot of time trying to get it stopped. I just felt that it was a privileged kids program and it was a lot of money that could be used elsewhere.
So before Kfar, I wasn't expecting to go. I personally was against the whole program, and I thought that leaving my safe infrastructure was just something so scary, and I really didn't want to do it.
And our attitude was, well, if we can't change it, we're going to embrace it, and that was the start of our Kfar experience.
But I'm honestly so pleased to say that it was an unbelievable experience for my child.
So we fundraised and we had meetings and we fundraised some more, and there was a build-up to Kfar of great excitement, and there was a vibe the whole year, and it was great.
Having lived in Israel for 3.5 years, we returned to South Africa when Yeshiva was 11. He had always felt this connection to Israel and this Zionism, besides being absolutely passionate about all his learning.
The reason we at Yeshiva College are so passionate about the Kfar program is because when we see the products that come out of it and the effect that it has on our learners, we find it quite unbelievable and life-changing. Not in the cliche way, but in the most profound and deep way.
The Kfar program really started in 1991, over a quarter of a century ago.
This was something that he looked forward to for 2 to 3 years before the actual time came.
As far as the Kfar program is concerned, then he had an unbelievable time and the best time of the period while he was learning at Makor Chaim.
I mean, in terms of Makor Chaim, you see a completely different group of people, a group of people that aren't really committed to materialism and that sort of thing. They care for each other.
So we met with some great educators in Israel, and they put us onto the top schools in Israel, the top boys' schools and the top girls' schools.
And every single day we would learn a new lesson that was either adding general knowledge to our Jewish culture, or that was just providing us with inspirational life lessons that we do put into practice every single day of our lives.
Having gone through a lot of difficulties over the last couple of years in various aspects, Yechiel thrived there. He absolutely loved the learning, he loved the people, he loved being in Israel.
They found a sense of independence, they found a sense of empowerment, they found a sense of worth and value, and they start seeing the greatness that they have within themselves and what they can achieve in the world and what perhaps their life mission could be and who they can become in the future.
One of the great lessons I learned from Makor Chaim is that in many societies and schools and places, everyone is trying to push each other down to get to the top, pushing each other down to shine. But Makor Chaim is something else. Makor Chaim, the boys there push each other up with them when they shine. They bring each other up and bring themselves up with them.
When our children go to Israel, come back, they're inspired, they're uplifted, they have a different sensitivity to their fellow man.
And they're able to see the greatness within each other, and not only do they raise themselves up as individuals, but they lift and build each other up as a group in an incredible and quite spectacular way.
This is a program that is totally transformative. It changes the children, not for a month, not for a year, but forever.
As much as you feel that it's either a group change or an individual change, you're really changing as an individual while the group is changing around you.
But whatever we did, we as a grade grew as such a tight unit, and nothing can ever break that bond.
Now, my kids have never been to Israel, so Kfar for Michaela was the first time that she had set foot on Israeli soil, and they went straight to the Kotel. They had a vibe from the minute they landed, and all she could say to me was it was magic, it was unbelievable. She didn't have words for it.
So fast forward now the 5 years, Leora is currently studying at Hebrew University. She's almost finished her Mechina year and she has been accepted for dietetics and nutrition. And she is the happiest young student on Hebrew University campus, and she is thriving.
So many of them choosing to go to Eretz Israel afterwards and investing that time in their lives as a result of the investment they had during their time at Kfar, and that gives them the grounding to then become successful, inspired, driven balabatim who are building homes that are built on all the incredible values and on the beautiful ethos that is Yeshiva College, that is the Torah that we live day in and day out.
Over the last few years, the Kfar program has undergone a tremendous transformation in all spheres. We are extremely proud of our relationship with Tlalim Educational Experiences, who manages the program from the Israel side.
Kfar embodies the ideals of Bnei Akiva, Eretz Israel, Am Yisrael, and Torah Yisrael.
The program is run as a true partnership between Bnei Akiva South Africa and Yeshiva College.
But Baruch Hashem, over the years, the program has been developed, it's been expanded, and we today are in a position to send your children and our children to the program that suits them.
I just think that for Yechiel, this was the best possible experience of his entire life.
It's a truly incredible program.
And what always strikes me is that when learners return from their Kfar experience at the end of grade 10, they are dimensional human beings.
It's just incredible to see how everyone who goes on Kfar and goes on this experience and trip to Israel goes as boys and comes back as men, as leaders, as capable people.
Kfar really brings out the best in the children. They've all come back better versions of themselves.
You come back, you're in grade 11, you're able to take responsibility for your own life and really manage your tasks well.
It infiltrates their writing at every level.
There were no cupboards, there was bunk beds to put their clothes on, and she loved it.
The facilities aren't the most beautiful facilities out there, but it's not about the beautiful facilities, it's about the warmth and the energy and the atmosphere that is soaked up by the students over there.
For me, one of the measurable and definitive successes of Kfar is to see how the girls become so enthusiastic to be involved.
And just before perhaps the pressures of matric hit them, they've got this special gap in their lives, a special window of opportunity where they're able to find this incredible strength, incredible power and sense of value and purpose within themselves that then will change the course of their lives.
Tlalim is one of Israel's top educational tour providers, and amongst many of their projects, they are responsible for managing the International Birthright programs as well as Bnei Akiva South Africa's Hadracha program, which makes Tlalim the tour provider of choice for Kfar.
How's it, guys? I'm Max. I went to Innovation World. It was a lot of fun. First month, we learned for 4 weeks at Innovation World in Efrat. It was probably the best month of my life.
You're on your own journey, but you're there with your friends. So they help you, you help them, but you just got to, be confident in yourself.
I remember one time I was sitting and I thought I've never been so happy about just being who I am and being who I'm with.
My best experience on Kfar was the learning that I'd never been exposed to in my life, really. I think it was just a lot of unique perspectives and something that you won't get in South Africa.
The Bedouin tents to camel riding to Masada.
They went to the army and they did their Gadna week, and she said it was such a privilege to be able to do that and to be able to meet and work and train with the people who defend the land of Israel.
At that army base, we learned respect like no other and discipline.
It is a true privilege to work with all these institutions and organizations to ensure the most unbelievable educational experience for all the children on Kfar.
I can really say Kfar has contributed to us as a family.
The fact that Kfar exists is actually testament to its greatness.
But from the moment that we stepped onto that Ethiopian Airways jet, we all just entered with a positive and different mindset that changed everything.
And I think that every child got onto that plane a happy kid and came back an even happier kid.
It's also got an unbelievable unifying effect on the grade.
There was so much unity and we went up there together, we learned so much and it was a beautiful experience overall.
We see how so many of the dynamics within the groups that are so problematic in school and sometimes seem impossible to resolve, when the kids go on Kfar, when the learners go on Kfar, they're able to see not only the value within themselves, but the value within each and every single one of their peers.
She spent her life being told that you need to love and embrace the land of Israel, but she never knew what that meant until she got to Israel.
Seeing the amount I've changed and grew as a leader and a person was incredible.
And to see this drive and responsibility, to me, makes Kfar so worthwhile.
They honestly taught us something that we will carry with us for eternity.
They come back really wanting to give to the community, be involved in community projects.
And really what they learn on Kfar and what they give back to the community and the school when they come back is truly unbelievable.
Starting from the Kfar program, where they instill within themselves the sense of worth, the sense of love of Eretz Yisrael, the sense of love of Torah Yisrael, and the love for Am Yisrael, then that sends them on an incredible path as they come back to begin being leaders in the youth movements, to become leaders within the school.
Seeing the energy and the chiyas they had and they brought to the campus was incredible.
And they come back to the school and they are incredible leaders.
They want to both teach and learn themselves, and they want to ensure that the younger girls are engaged.
We see such a beautiful success from the program that really ignites our community, and I think the base is from these schools.
And in that space, we've seen how the high schools have come alive with our empowered students, where they are taking on everything and they are doing everything and they are leading everything.
Looking back at where I am, just to see the growth of the program, the beauty of the program, and how it's really grown so many of our students into so many leaders.
Not only should we be sending these children on Kfar, but we would actually be remiss in our duties as educators if we didn't.
Any child who has the opportunity to go on this, it really is a life-changing experience for them.
It is a most worthwhile endeavour that certainly influences every aspect of learners' lives.
You can't say, or I can't say, that Michaela came back as a different person. She's the same Michaela, but she's more Michaela than she ever was.
I'm very proud and grateful that I was able to get the opportunity to go on Kfar.
Yeah, Kfar was best 2 months of my life so far.
But all I can say is that each experience is its own, and you yourself have to make it what it is. So if you go in with a positive attitude and you're ready for Kfar, then you are going to have the best time ever, but every person has to experience it for themselves.
And really, we believe that it is an essential privilege for every child to go on Kfar Haroeh.
I know it's a sacrifice, a great sacrifice. I'm not underestimating that at all, but at the same time, it is a major step in the development of a young person.
I think it's very hard to put a value on Kfar. It's a lot of money, and it is a privilege to go. But it's not an indulgence. It's a learning experience. It's a growth curve for our kids that they cannot have in this country.
We cannot doubt the value that it brings, not only to our learners as individuals, to them as a group, to the school as a whole, but ultimately to the future community that we build together as we develop each and every single one of our learners.
It's money that's, in retrospect, very well spent.
Kfar is not your average Israeli touring program. It is a once-in-a-lifetime Israeli educational experience.
And therefore this is an incredible opportunity. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity
that you can never put a price on.
So I'll leave you to do the maths, as I'm the teacher, and all I can say is that the seeds were planted on Kfar in 2012.
And yeah, so Kfar is expensive and it's a privilege, but it's something I would not change, and I can't wait for Jess to go this year.